I would like to welcome everyone here today in our viewing audience to the February 27th, 2020 meeting of the City of Davenport, the Zoning Board of Adjustment. Your participation in city government is appreciated and welcome. If you have a mobile device, please turn it off and may interfere with the room's electronics. My name is Jim Reistruffer, Chairman. To my immediate left is Lynn Cochran, member. To my right, far right, is our newest member, Angela Laybach. And to my immediate right is the Vice Chair, Carrie Straho. Staff present is Scott Coops and Attorney Mallory Hoyt. The Zoning Board of Adjustment is a 5-member judiciary board established by state law. We are appointed by the mayor and confirmed by the city council to serve without compensation for a 5-year term. The board meets twice a month to hear appeals involving hardship from strip application of the current zoning laws. We also grant special uses and rules on administrative appeals. Is there any corrections to the minutes from our last meeting? Seeing none? Okay. Can I get a motion for approve?
I so move.
Can we get a second? Yeah.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's passed. Any old business? I see one item under old business, and I'm going to read that now. Request HV 20-19 of Acme sign on behalf of Five Below at 4026 East 53rd Street for a hardship variance to install an 87.79 square foot sign, which will exceed the amount of allowed wall signage by 18.21 square feet. Section 17.12.060.1.4 allows maximum sign area 69.58 square feet for this commercial unit wall sign. Okay. Get my notes here. Staff, you want to present your ideas? And
Scott Copes, Community Planning.
I'm sorry, Scott. Excuse me. Is the applicant here? Okay, fine. Sorry to interrupt you, Scott.
Jim,
Oh,
can you put the microphones on for the podium? Do you know how to do that?
The lectern one.
Can you hear? Now you can hear me. There you go. That's fine. Scott Copes, Community Planning. So if you have been following us lately with these requests, this is one of the wall sign requests where our old code allowed a little bit more liberally how much signage we have, and in late April, we should have the new code approved, which would increase this to an 80 square foot sign allowable. Right now, it needs the hardship variance. This is similar to some of the other ones. It's not a visible or a visual blight to the area. We think it's a respectable size of the sign given the location of the building and other signs in the area. So this, in this case, it's the old dress barn. And, you know, if you can see the site, it's quite a ways from 53rd Street all the way to the dress barn. So there's really practically hardly any visibility from the major street that's going by there. It is in keeping with the existing sizes on that, maybe you want to call it strip mall or whatever, but that's center there. And so staff recommends in favor of it based on it meeting the 4 conditions: hardship, topographical conditions, unique circumstance, and protection of essential character. Any questions?
Scott, is this sign lighted?
I believe it's internally lighted.
Scott, as I recall, the dress barn sign also was internally lighted, was it not?
That's my understanding.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep.
Applicant?
Yes, there isn't too much for me to say. I'm Doug Jarvis, Acme Sign. The dress barn sign was actually slightly larger than what Five Below is as far as square footage. And when the dress barn went in, I believe that development was a PUD where it went through plan and zone and city council, and it was approved that way. So we're actually a little bit smaller than the way the original development was. We please ask that you approve this variance. Any questions?
Does the board have any questions with the applicant? Does there anyone in the audience want to speak in favor of this petition? Anyone in the audience opposed to this petition? Applicant, you got any final comments?
No, sir, Scott pretty much said it all.
Okay. Any other board discussion? I see none. Okay. Ask for a motion.
Move to approve.
I-
Move to approve.
Second.
Do we need a voice vote on this, Scott?
Roll call vote, please. Layback,
Yes.
Strayhall,
Yes.
Cochran,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes. Your motion.
Thank you for letting me be part of this historical moment.
I still messed up her name.
Okay, new section, new business. Request, well, first of all, is the applicant here? You're obvious for this, sir? Okay. Okay, okay. Request HV 20-02 of 180.org organization at 1116 West 6th Street for a hardship variance to encroach into the required corner side yard with a proposed 50 by 72 garage accessory structure, which will be set back approximately 8 foot west of Myrtle Street property line and 25 south of the alley property line. Section 17.11.090.K.4 requires the setback to be equal to the depth of the corner side yard when there is an alley access. Access to this structure may be from the alley. Section 17.002.030.P.4.A defines a corner side yard as being located between the principal building and the corner side lawn property line. Scott?
Scott Copes, Community Planning. So our new code has considered this site at the corner. This is a corner side yard. And corner side yards have setback requirements a little bit different than regular corner yards or regular front yards. And so the setback here is determined by the structure. So the setback is actually all the way over here. So this whole half of this lot goes all the way to the middle here. This is one lot. So, and this whole half of the lot is unbuildable with our new code, the way that the setback is required for accessory structures there. There's no after a maximum number of feet you can build. It just, wherever that principal structure is, that establishes the setback. And so that's kind of why we're here today. The petitioner is proposing to build a garage in this location, approximately 8 feet from the east property line and 25 feet from the alley property line. So as I said, the setback off of a Myrtle Street is supposed to be even with the structure. The setback off the alley is only required to be 4 feet or 5 feet with an overhang. So 5 feet, which they're meeting. So it's just the setback off of Myrtle is what the petitioner is requesting today. This is a little bit more zoomed in. here's the square footage is 3,600 and change. Let's see if I can get the measurement for you, but it's in your, same as what's in your packet. "50 by 72 is the measurement. So this is the corner of the site looking northwest. The proposed garage would be back in this area here. Myrtle goes straight to the north, and that's Third. Let's just move over a little bit. This is the alley now we're looking at here, the north property line, and then the garage would be over here. Access to this garage would be from the alley in that area over there. And this is looking northeast. And you can see the structure here is about 8 feet or so from, actually, I'm sorry, it's 9 feet. I didn't measure it because I wanted to find out. It's 9 feet from the property line here, opposed to the proposed building, which would be 8 feet off of this property line. This is an overhead shot, and I put this in here because it kind of illustrates that this setback along here to the south is consistent with about an 8 or 9 foot setback, and that this setback along this street here as well has an 8 or a 9 foot setback. This structure is really close, almost at the property line. So an 8 foot setback in this location is not out of character given the neighborhood. We had nobody sent any written comments. I did have one phone call just asking questions about the case. The person wanted to know how tall it would be, and it's going to be it's going to meet our size requirements, so it'll be 20 feet or less, which is what's any residential garage could be allowed up to 20 feet tall. And so, doing our analysis, it met the 4 requirements for approval standards. And if you have any questions, just let me know. We recommend in favor.
I'd just like to comment that I drove past the property and I would agree with Scott about the setbacks. I think what's being asked for is very much in keeping with what the neighborhood looks like too, with the character of the neighborhood.
Do we have any other questions for Scott? Thank you, Scott. Applicant, you want to come up and give us your name and
Good afternoon. My name is Rusty Boroff. I'm the executive director of 180. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for helping me walk through this system. As an organization, we've been in the community since 2010 and again in 2012, and specifically at this property since early 2016. There's a lot of historical significance to this entire property, if you guys are familiar with it at all. And we've taken great pride in it was not being used, and we've taken great pride in restoring that property on 6th and Marquette Street, including the old St. Joseph church and the convent and the rectory, and also the school building as well. The purpose of building this shed or this garage is because since we've been at that property since 2016, we have had a lot of theft incidences, a lot of broken windows, stolen cars, and so you can even see in some of the pictures, that picture, we park our vehicles there and some of our equipment, and we've tried through different lighting, signs, fence, all different types of things to try and deter some of those thefts and break-ins. However, even though it's gotten better, we're still having some pretty significant issues. And I think we're on our 6th or 7th insurance claim so far in just the last few years, which we are a tough organization to insure anyway, let alone having all those claims. And so we've been making police reports, and the police have been awesome working with us. And so we are looking for an option to be able to put that equipment in to better secure those items. And we, of course, best case scenario, explained when I had a conversation with Scott, was to maybe do something on the north side of the property. However, this property is a little bit different because the parking lot on the north side, directly to the north of the school, is also shared by those two homes and also the school building right there just to the north of the school. And so putting any type of structure there would significantly hinder the entrance for the rest of that property and those other properties as well. And the previous owner, or maybe a previous owner to the late Senator Sang, put in a trailer that is also on the north side, so we can't build there. So the only place, if we were to do a garage, would be to the east or to the northeast. And so that is where this request originates from.
Is there any commissioners that have any questions for the applicant? I have a few that I need to.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have no responsibility for the school that used to be there? Am I
We do.
correct? We do, okay.
Yes, yep.
Do you
One
have
of the-
students that, or any type of children that go there?
No.
Okay. Well, I know that property real well,
Okay.
since I grew up down there.
Okay.
And I spent many softball games there.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, you're gonna have upset kids that won't be able to play in that playground anymore, because if you build that garage.
Yeah, the playground had actually been taken down by the prior owners, and so there's nothing left there. We did have a basketball hoop that was there that fell down in a storm, I want to say in 2017. And so there hasn't been any, and prior to us purchasing it, Senator Sang owned it, and he owned it for 3 years, and I think he had a haunted house there off and on throughout the years, but that was all.
So what do you do in that building?
Yeah.
You know, is it a
Yeah.
center for something? or-
No, that's a great question. So as an organization, what we do is we specialize in residential housing for men and women, specifically with homeless or domestic abuse situations. And so that is what the two homes are actually used for, the convent and the rectory. The church building we turned into a community center, so we host all the neighborhood watch groups and things like that. The school building is what we call the Achievement Center, and if you are familiar with that, I invite you to come down sometime. And we put a lot of money and work into that property. Sadly, over the years, it had deteriorated, been through a lot of different hands, a lot of different owners. And we actually even built a museum of all the different items that we found. And so you may find all the old school trophies and things like that. And so you may find that interesting. But the only thing that we currently do in that building is we have the 4 classrooms on the main level. Those are used for some classrooms for some of our residents to study and things like that. But we don't have any, there's no kids, or we don't have any specific plan with that property besides getting it in usable and working condition.
I just have one other question.
Yeah.
The shed or garage, is it gonna be a metal one or a wood or?
Yes, metal.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Well, I hope you take good care of the property.
Well, thank you. And again, I invite you, if you have
I've
history
been
there.
there so many times. I
Okay.
know what it's like. But just hope you take care of it.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, anybody else? Okay. Do I have anyone in the audience who speak in favor of this petition? I see none. Or opposed? I see none. Applicant, you got any final comments that you'd like to address to us?
No.
Okay. Any board discussion? No, not seeing none. Okay. Ask for a motion.
Move to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Cochran,
Yes.
Laybach,
Yes.
Strahill,
Yes.
and Rice-Stropper.
Yes. Your motion's been approved. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. Any other business that, well, I just like to say a few words. No, I do this every once a year, and I just want to say thank you to the staff for helping us. You know, we couldn't do it without you guys, and I always like to say nice things because you do really help us. We wouldn't have, this job is tough enough, and without your help, Scott and Mallory, that'd be even tougher. So
Well, thank you.
thank you for me as
here to serve.
chairman, and I'm sure the other board members would agree with me. And
I concur. We have really top-notch
Yeah.
staff that help us, and we're so appreciative. Not every municipality is so fortunate to have folks like you who are so diligent and thorough and devoted to helping us. So thank you for that.
do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. The meeting's over. Thank you.